Hi, and welcome to another episode of Read With Me. In this series of videos, I analyze official IELTS practice tests, and today I'm going to analyze a full passage along with its questions. So, if you have this book, go ahead and open it and read along with me. So, the first step is always to skim the passage regardless of the question types that we're given, because it's important to have a global understanding of the text before we even look at the questions. So, what does the title tell us? It says, "Bats to the rescue." Fine. How Madagascar's bats are helping to save the rainforest. So, during the skimming process, we look at the heading and the subheading. Usually these two give us a lot of information, a lot of key information about the passage. So bats, rescue, and you'd better underline certain keywords as reminders. Well, it's obviously about bats saving the rainforest. Interesting. Now this is the introduction paragraph, and usually the last sentence of the introduction is the thesis statement, where you may find the main objective of the text, the main idea of the whole text. So we can either read the paragraph completely. Well, in this case, it's a rather long paragraph, so I don't want to do that. We can read the last sentence only, and if it's not helping enough, we can go back and read the paragraph completely. Otherwise, that would be enough. In fact, some of the island's insectivorous bats are currently thriving, and this has important implications for farmers and conservationists alike. So, insectivorous. So it seems like those bats that eat insects are currently thriving, and this has important implications for farmers and conservationists alike. So that seems to be about the implications of this phenomenon for farmers and conservationists. Okay, that's all we know for now. Okay. Enter University of Cambridge zoologist. So we have this zoologist here. What does he say? Let's say he's passionate. Let's see, he's passionate about conservation and bats. Okay, this guy is passionate about these things. Well, that's pretty much enough for now. Let's move on to the next paragraph. Bats comprise roughly 1/5 of all mammal species in Madagascar. So that's a huge population of mammals in that area. Co-leading an international team of scientists, this person found that several species of indigenous bats are taking advantage of habitat modification to hunt insects swarming above the country's rice fields. So that they found something. Several species of these bats are taking advantage of habitat modification to hunt insects. Okay. It's a tough text so far. I'm not sure what's going on, but we should go on and learn about the text as much as we can. These winner species are providing a valuable free service. Okay, so these species are providing a free service as biological pest suppressors. Okay, so it's becoming clearer. It means that so these bats are killing the pests. They are suppressing or destroying these pests, which is a good thing for farmers. The study now, published in the journal Agriculture, blah, 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 set out to investigate the feeding activity of, it's about the investigation of feeding activity of these bats. Okay. Is this the same paragraph? No, it's a new paragraph. Rocha and his team used state-of-the-art ultrasonic. So this is about how it's done to record over 1,000 bat feeding buzzes. Okay, they recorded their sounds. The recordings revealed that the bat activity over rice fields was much higher than it was in the continuous forest. So rice fields, activity of these bats compared to continuous forest, 7 times higher over rice fields. Okay. Which were on flat ground, and 16 times higher over fields on the size of the hills. Okay, we don't need those details. For now, the effectiveness of bats as pest controllers, so this is about the effectiveness of these controllers, has already been proven in the United States and California and Catalonia. Said, okay, blah, blah, blah. So that these are some instances, I guess, these two places. Local people may have a further reason to be grateful to their bats. Oh, there's another reason. What is that reason? That other reason to be grateful? We'll find out later. Rocha points out that the relationship is complicated. What relationships? Let's go back and read this. While the animal is often associated with spreading disease, Rocha and his team found evidence that Malagasy bats feed not just on crop pests but also on mosquitoes. So okay. Not only pests, but also mosquitoes. Right, the relationship is complicated. The relationship is complicated. When food is scarce, bats become a crucial source of protein for local people. Oh, interesting. So bats are also a source of protein for the local people. They eat them. Rocha and his colleagues believe that maximizing bat populations can help to boost crop yields. Okay, so it's helpful to maximize their populations. Fine, that's it. That's all we need to do as the first step. We get to know the main ideas spread over the paragraphs. Some paragraphs were clearer, while others were a little bit unclear. It's totally fine. At this point, we don't need any details. We now go on to look at the questions. What question types do we have? We have true, false, not given here, and table completion. So, table completion and true, false. Do we have any more? No, that's the next passage. So yes, okay. So which one should we start with? Well, they're both good questions. One thing that I love about true, false, not given questions is the fact that these question numbers are guaranteed to be in passage order. So, if you can find number 4, then number 5 will definitely be after it. Or if you can't find number 5, you can instead find number 6, and 5 will have to be between 4 and 6. So this order, this guaranteed order, can be very beneficial in the process. So should we start with these questions? Yeah, why not? Because they're in passage order. But this is also a good question type, not because the questions are in passage order. In fact, they're not necessarily in passage order. But what is amazing about the table completion tasks is that because they cover a specific aspect of the text, the answers are found in the same neighborhood. So the title usually takes us to the right place. The study carried out by Rocha's team. Rocha's team, you can find that area, and all of these answers will be found in that vicinity. Probably 1 or 2 paragraphs. You know, not a spread. I mean, these answers are not usually spread over the text. So, okay, let's get down to work. This would be my first batch of questions to cover. Now, do we have to start with number 1? No. We need to start with a question type, with a question number that has something we can rely on for our search. For example, any ideas that are familiar to us, or any keywords such as proper nouns. Okay, I can see this name, Ricardo Rocha, and it's the full name, meaning that's the first. It's about the first time. The first time this name was mentioned, Ricardo Rocha. Okay, so this is the part where he is introduced. So I would probably answer this first, and then make my way back to number 2 and 1. So he's passionate about blah blah blah. Okay, I need to know if he carried out studies of bats in different parts of the world. His interest in particular studies shows that. Giving us customers right. Let's hear at least can use. Okay. More specifically, he's interested in particular. Okay, it's not really clear, so I don't know. So we can write a question mark next to it and come back to this later. So, any other keywords or okay, indigenous bat species, mouse-eared bat. Well, this is something very special that can be scanned for. Let's find those bats that. Okay, here. I just accidentally saw the word mouse-eared. So this is how we can scan. We can look at the whole thing in a few seconds, and such words can stand out. So you don't have to search line by line. So this name mouse-eared bat is over here. Hopefully, this is the first and the only time this combination is found in the text. Where's that? Okay, so the Malagasy, whatever. Mouse-eared bat is more common than other indigenous bat species in Madagascar. Okay. They include blah 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 majors, long-fingered bat, blah, 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 and so there's no comparison about their population. So at least for now, we can say this is not given. Well, are we sure it's not somewhere else in the body paragraphs? Maybe, but for now it's not given. And because that's where we have mouse-eared bat and nowhere else, hopefully, then we can say it's not given. Bat, so okay. Now, also we have caterpillars and grass webworm. Caterpillars. Oh, there we go. And grass webworm. Yeah. So then look, if the answer to number 6 is here, then number 5 will have to be in this area. And if there's no comparison between the population of this and that, then the answer is definitely not given. So bats may feed on paddy swarming caterpillars and grass webworms. Is that so? Preying on means feed on. Yes, rice pests, including the paddy swarming, blah blah blah. That's exactly the same wording. Yes, and okay, therefore the answer is true. It's obviously true because we have very clear evidence here for it. Now, everything will be found here. Then we can be sure that questions 4 to 1 will all be found in this area. Let's go back. Habitat modification has resulted in indigenous bats becoming useful to farmers. Where was that? Habitat modification. Yes, there it is. Is it positive? Has it made them useful? Are taking advantage. What? Which have found that several species of indigenous bats are taking advantage of the ability of it. Yeah, to hunt insects. So, habitat modification has resulted in indigenous bats becoming useful to farmers. Yeah. Yes. They include valuable service. Yes, you see, it has become a valuable free service to Madagascar. So yes, this is definitely helpful. Has resulted in something positive. So this is true. 3, I still don't know, but it has to be, like I said, over here. Let's go back to number 2. The loss of habitat has badly affected insectivorous bats in Madagascar. Loss of habitat. Habitat means where they live. Forests into fields. Bats comprise roughly loss of habitat has badly affected insectivorous bats. Maybe it's not there. Maybe it's higher there. Let's go to number 1. Many Madagascan forests are being destroyed by attacks from insects. Are being converted to agricultural land at a rate of 1% every year. Much of this destruction is, okay, why? Is fueled by the cultivation of the country's main staple crop, rice. Okay. So, it doesn't mean that the attacks from insects cause that. The cultivation of the country's main staple crop is the cause, so this is obviously false. Has badly okay, now number 2, it has to be after number 1. Loss of habitat has badly affected insectivorous bats in my stomach. A key reason for this is the United States are destroying vast quantities of what is grown by local subsistence farmers, leading them to clear forests to create new paddy fields. The result is devastating habitat and biodiversity loss on the island. But not all the species are suffering. So loss of habitat has badly affected. In fact, some of the islands in the Second Rivers are currently thriving. So this is a positive thing. So it's good for the bats. So it's not badly affected. It has not badly affected. It has positively affected. So this is, in fact, false. Now, for number 3, we haven't had any evidence of where this person has carried out the studies, so we don't know. Therefore, the answer is not given. It has to be between number 2 and 4. We know that he has done research, but there's no mention of where, like different parts of the world. We don't have this information, so not given. What next? Okay. No more than one word. So one word only. The study carried out by Rocha's team. Team of, okay, co-leading a, okay, this is where the research begins from, I guess. Rocha found that, okay, aim, we don't need the aim. Method, okay, we have DNA, so let's, and we have ultrasonic and read DNA. Where's DNA? Do you see any DNA here? Not really, maybe here. Oh yeah, DNA. So, DNA analysis of bat what? Then use the barcoding technique to analyze droppings collected from. So they analyzed the droppings. Droppings from whom? From bats. So bat droppings. You know, the waste from bats. Even if you don't know what droppings mean, what the word droppings means, it doesn't matter because these belong to the bats anyway. So droppings collected from bats, bat droppings. Lovely. So now findings. 8 pests of rice, sugarcane, nut, and fruit. So we need one word similar to rice and sugarcane. Let's find sugarcane. Sugarcane. Where are you, sugarcane? Oh, sugarcane. Okay. Nuts. Do you see nuts? Nut and fruit. Okay, kind of fruit. What is left? Rice, including the black twig borer. Which infests coffee plants. So this is the name of the name of the pest which infects coffee plants. So there's coffee, there's sugarcane. Okay, sugarcane nuts. So this has to be coffee. So coffee. So now, prevent the spread of disease by eating blah blah and black flies. Oh, they eat black flies. Where are black flies? It's not necessarily after, but it's where we look first. Oh, we have insects, right? Eating black flies or black flies, okay, there we go. Black fly as well as black flies. So something that is added to this black flies. So they eat what? They eat okay. But also on mosquitoes, blah 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 blah, as well as black flies. So the answer is definitely mosquitoes. Make sure to spell it correctly. If you don't know how to spell mosquitoes, even if you do, compare your word with the text. Mosquitoes. Right. Am I correct? Yes. Then they provide food rich in... Okay, local attitudes to bats are... that's where they eat the bats, remember? They eat the bats. Source of protein. So they provide the food rich in protein. Crucial source of protein. That's likely to be the answer, yeah. So bats provide food, a food source rich in protein. So protein, all right. The building where they roost become, okay, the building. Roost in buildings, okay. Become what? Oh, but are not welcome there because they make them unclean. Become unclean? Yeah. So, come on. All right. So, unclean. And they play an important role in local what? Play a local... in culture of the people. Very significant. Important role, significant. Make them very significant in the culture of the people. Local means the people that live there. So local people, local culture. Shall we choose culture? Yeah. So local culture is probably the answer. Now, recommendations. Farmers should provide special what to support the bat population? Where's the recommendation? Probably it's the last paragraph. Believe that maximizing bat population. Provide a special population? No. Can help to boost crop yields. And promote sustainable livelihood. Team is now calling for further decision to go. If we give nature a hand, we can speed up the process of... No, that's not where it is. So after culture, where was culture? Culture. And one potential problem in that while these bats are benefiting from farmers, at the same time deforestation is reducing the places where they can roost, which could have long-term effect on their numbers. Okay, that's the problem. Rocha says, with the right help, we hope that farmers can promote this mutually beneficial relationship by installing bat houses. Oh, farmers should provide special bat houses to support the bat population. Yeah, that makes sense. But do we have... Okay, we have one word to write. So the answer is... houses. There we go. Have we answered all the questions? Let's make sure. Yeah. The 13 questions that are from this passage. Okay. There we have all the answers. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you did, please make sure to hit the like button, and if you have any questions related to IELTS, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. Happy learning, and I'll see you in the next episode of Read With Me.